Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your daily guide for inner child healing. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you're here as we continue on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Now, before we dive in, I have a few quick reminders. Please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Your support here helps us spread the word, allowing us to continue to grow this community. Next, I'd like to introduce our Patreon group, where we have 3 weekly meetings. On Sundays, we have a meditation meeting. On Tuesdays, we have book club meeting. And on Thursdays, we have open topic discussions. These meetings take place at 6 p.m. CEST, so Amsterdam, Paris time. For my next announcement, I'd also like to introduce the Reparenting Daily journal, which you can find on Amazon. This journal follows along with the podcast, so each weekly and monthly themes are reflected in the journal. It provides space for you to keep your notes with plenty of extra resources on each topic that we discuss. It's an excellent tool, and if you purchase it, you can join our weekly meetings for free. Just send me an email and we'll get you linked in. For the last announcement, I'd like to introduce one of my most meaningful creative projects, a 3-volume series entitled Fairy Tales for Reparenting. Now, you might be wondering, why fairy tales? Aren't those just for kids? But through my personal healing journey and in studying the work of Carl Jung, Marie-Louise von Franz, and other spiritual and psychological traditions, I've come to see fairy tales as powerful symbolic maps for transformation. They carry deep, timeless wisdom, especially for those of us doing the hard work of reparenting ourselves. The series follows the structure of the hero's journey. Volume 1 explores the wounded child, stories of loss, betrayal, and innocence. Volume 3 is about the trials of endurance, cunning, and self-discovery. And Volume 3 is the return, stories of transformation, power, and wholeness. Each story is followed by journal prompts and space to reflect on how each story connects to your own inner healing journey. These are not just tales, they're tools. They're an invitation to connect with the part of you that still believes in magic and possibility and healing. You'll find both familiar classic and lesser-known stories from cultures around the world, offering you fresh insights and inspiration on your path. All 3 volumes are now available on Amazon. Your support means so much to me, not just for this project, but for the larger mission of helping myself and others reconnect inwardly. Reparenting is like nurturing a bonsai tree. It's not fast, it's not flashy, but with care, patience, and consistency, it will transform you. Thanks so much for being here and for supporting this work, and also for committing on your personal journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is from the book Social Intelligence, the New Science of Human Relationships. Just as a reminder, we're in September and the theme is emotional intelligence. We're in week 1 and the theme is understanding emotional intelligence. We're reading from page 44, The Happy Face Advantage. When I first met Paul Ekman in the 1980s, he had just spent a year gazing into a mirror while learning to voluntarily control each one of close to 200 muscles in his face. This entailed some scientific research. He had to apply a multilateral shock to locate some hard-to-detect facial muscles. Once he had mastered the feat of self-control, he was able to map precisely how sets of these muscles move to exhibit each of the major motions and their variations. Ekman had identified 18 kinds of smiles, all various permutations of the 15 facial muscles involved. To name a few, a miserable smile pastes over an unhappy expression, like a grin and bear it comment on a feeling dismissal. A cruel smile shows that the person relishes being angry and mean. And then there's the supercilious smile that was Charlie Chaplin's hallmark, which draws on the muscle most people can't move deliberately. A smile, as Ekman puts it, that smiles at smiling. Of course, there are also genuine smiles of spontaneous pleasure or amusement. There are the smiles that are most likely to evoke one in return. The action signals the work of the mirror neurons dedicated to detecting smiles and triggering our own. As a Tibetan saying has it, When you smile at life, half of life smiles for your face, the other half for someone else. Smiles have an edge over all other emotional expressions. The human brain prefers happy faces, recognizes them more readily and quickly than those with negative expressions, an effect known as the happy face advantage. Some neuroscientists suggest that the brain has a system for positive feelings that stays printed for activity, causing people to be in an upbeat mood more often than a negative mood, and to have more positive outlook on life. That implies that nature tends to foster positive relationships despite the all too prominent place of aggression in human affairs. We are not innately primed to dislike people from the start. Even among complete strangers, a moment of playfulness, even outright silliness, forms an instant resonance. In what may be yet another instance of psychology training to prove the obvious, pairs of strangers were assigned to play a series of silly games together. During the games, one person had to talk to a straw while detecting the other, wearing a blindfold, to toss a Nerf ball back and forth. The strangers invariably fell into guffaws at their haplessness. When strangers played the same silly game without being blindfolded, without the blindfold and straw, however, they never cracked a smile. Yet the laughing pairs felt a strong immediate sense of closeness even after spending a few minutes together. Indeed, laughter may be the shortest distance between two brains, an unstoppable, infectious spread that builds an instant social bond. Take two teenage girls giggling together. The more giddily the playful two teens, they could become best friends. The more synchronous and animated and happy they feel together. In other words, they resonate. What to a parent may seem an ungodly racket will be for the teenager, making it one of their most bonding moments. Thank you, and that's the reading for today. Today's reading from Social Intelligence introduces us to the idea of happy face advantage. Research by Paul Ekman shows that how deeply wired our brains are to notice and respond to smiles, even subtle ones. Unlike negative expressions, smiles not only draw our attention more quickly, but also trigger resonance, meaning we naturally mirror and feel uplifted by them. From an emotional intelligence perspective, this connects directly to our September theme. Understanding emotions is not just managing what we feel internally, but also about how we recognize but also about recognizing how our expressions impact others and shape the energy of our relationships. Smiles prime the brain for positivity, strengthening both social bonds and our own resilience. For this week's themes of understanding emotional intelligence, the happy face advantage offers us the happy face advantage offers a powerful reminder that our emotions are contagious. Emotional intelligence isn't about pretending to be happy or pasting on a fake smile. It's about cultivating authentic expression that create connection. When we genuinely smile, we help regulate our own nervous systems while also creating safety and warmth for those around us. This ties back beautifully to reparenting work. By practicing authentic joy, we allow ourselves small moments of playfulness. As we do this, we rewire old survival patterns of fear and disconnection into openness, trust, and relational safety. As we go into the journal prompts today, number 1, how do I usually respond when I see someone smiling at me? Do I trust it, mirror it, or feel suspicious of it? Number 2, what is one way I can practice being more genuine? I can bring more genuine moments of playfulness or smiling into my day. And number 3, how might noticing and reflecting on my own facial expressions help me better understand and regulate my emotions? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed. where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.